How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at the must-know flashes for CS2 Overpass. You've probably seen a few of these from the last few videos that I've posted on the channel, but I promise you there are a ton of absolute bangers in here that you probably haven't seen. So be sure to stick around to the end, but before we get started, I do want to thank today's sponsor, SkinsMonkey. For those of you that don't know, SkinsMonkey is an automated CS2 trading site that allows you to select the old skins you don't want anymore and pick out some new ones from the monkey. It's a great way to freshen up that old dusty inventory, and hey, that's not all. They have some amazing filter and selection features, as well as 24/7 live support. If you click the link in the description, you can get a free $5 and a 30% deposit bonus that becomes 35% if you use my code TACTICS on the site. Don't miss out on this offer and check out SkinsMonkey today. Let's get back into the video. Now, starting off with an absolute banger, if you're jump spotting or jiggling here from truck and you see someone moving up here, you can go into this corner and do a simple right click throw at this point on the electrical wire. That is gonna pop here. You can peek off the back of this and it's gonna full blind any of the T's here without hardly any time to react. And I'm gonna show you what it's like from their POV. They don't see anything. At the most, they're gonna be able to hear that thing coming, but take a look at what this looks like from their perspective. Without the trajectory line, they are not going to see this at all. If they hear it, maybe they can turn, but at the same time, if you're peeking off the back of that, that is going to be a very, very free kill. Anytime I'm scaling up along with my team, I'll just get alongside this wall. I'll aim up at this leaf and just do a simple left click throw. What this thing's gonna do is it's gonna full blind most of the positions back here on site while not blinding your teammates. Notice how it's even gonna get this guy tucked all the way up into this corner and this close position here. So a really good flash to just support up. It's not gonna blind your teammates, so as they're peeking, you can throw this. If you've got two flashes, you can just throw them back to back, and your teammates can just peek right off of this thing. And of course, I've shown this off a lot this week, but if you get stuck alongside Divider and do a simple jump throw right here, with a couple of smokes towards bank and a molly on truck, you are going to be blinding every single dangerous position with a flash that's landing up here and not blinding your teammates at all. The only spot that's immune to this is if someone's tucked all the way up into this corner, they're gonna get half whited. So make sure you're clearing this out, but otherwise, this is almost a perfect flash. And if you wanna learn how to throw the bank smoke and the molly behind truck and the dumpster smoke, check out my last video called Nade Combos for Overpass. I'm gonna link that in the description and put it on screen right now. Now, we've all had those teammates that just love peeking fountain, but what if I told you you could throw a flash that's not going to blind them at all, but it's going to completely roast every single position here on the backside of fountain without any time to react whatsoever? I'm going to throw this thing without the trajectory once that fades, and you try to spot this thing. Notice how, guess what? They can't see a thing. It pops in the middle of the bush right over there. So yeah, good luck trying to turn from that. I would recommend throwing this every single time, and the way to throw it is pretty simple. You're just going to go right alongside the divider here. You're gonna aim from the stairs a little bit to the right of the middle of this position. That flash is gonna go all the way over there, and it's just going to completely roast all of these positions, again, while not blinding your teammates at all. Or hey, if you get stuck into this corner right here, aim at the wooden support beam and just do a nice little step with a throw. That's going to end up landing on the top of bathrooms here, and it is going to completely roast any of these positions here towards the stairs or up in party. So if you have a teammate that wants to peek maybe from, for example, from divider onto the party guy, it's a very easy peek onto that. Or if they want to peek out more towards the fountain stairs, boom, they have a nice one-way flash to do so. Now on T side, there are a ton of positions you have to worry about as you're making your way out towards this region. Now there is one flash that's going to be team safe and going to catch quite a few of these positions, but not all of them. What I usually do, I'll even throw this for myself sometimes. I'll just aim up towards this tree and do a nice run throw where the flash is going to bank off this wall. It ends up landing over here towards party, and it's going to catch anyone on this right side. It's also going to catch anyone tucked into this corner or up here at the top of connector. It's a nice little self flash you can throw, but it's not going to get someone over here towards this area of divider, or if they're peeking from divider, I don't think it really blinds them for very long, maybe half a second. So not the best flash, but it might get them to turn or drop off the angle. Either way, I think this is a nice solution, but let's talk about a couple more if we want to blind someone off of this area. If you go into this position right here into the corner, you can find this white dot along the wall. It's actually pretty easy to spot. You're going to do a nice simple jump throw, and that's going to fly up here, and it is not going to blind your teammates, but it is going to roast anyone here on this left side. It's also going to, of course, roast divider here, and if your teammates are coming up out of connector, it's a good flash to blind anyone watching that. Now, long's an area of the map that I always just lob flashes over and don't put too much thought into the lineup, because it generally works pretty well. But if you go right here alongside this post while you're in party, and you do a jump throw in the middle of this column where the ridge is, that is a nice team safe flash as your teammates are walking out here. It's not going to catch them until they're past this wall, and it just goes a little bit deeper and gets more of the CTs than previous flashes. So if you want to take the time to line it up, feel free. Now, if you ever find yourself inside connector on CT for whatever reason, if you get stuck into this corner right here and do a right click at this position, that flash is going to end up popping here and destroying anyone on the inside, and they don't really have much reaction time whatsoever. And of course, one of the first flashes I shared on this channel was this very one where you crouch down in this corner and do a simple left click throw where the shadow intersects with the lighter portion right here on this part of the ceiling. That's going to pop straight out of here. It's going to land right on the other side of this position. It's not only going to blind both of these guys right here, it's also going to full blind this corner or anyone around the short pipe. It's also even going to get someone right here. Now, obviously, they're going to hear this thing coming, but they're still going to have to turn away, which is going to give you a nice little advantage in the fight. Now, of course, from that same position, there's also another variation where you just left click right here where this line intersects with the staircase, and that's going to go out a little bit cleaner. However, it's not going to blind someone if they're in this corner. Now, if we take a look here, it is going to catch someone that's right here. So if you're worried about that, it may be a better idea to throw the other flash, but overall, either of these are probably going to help you get on out of connector if you're needing help. But what about once you've actually taken control of water and you want to flash your teammates out onto site? If you get stuck into this corner right here, you can go down from the top of this railing to about this position and do a simple jump throw. That's going to land on the opposite side of this fence, not blinding your teammates at all, but it's going to roast pretty much all of these common high danger positions as you're moving out through sight. There's not a ton of reaction time for the guys down here in Monster, so they're generally going to eat this thing for breakfast. The only position you have to worry about is if someone's set up back here towards ramp, they're definitely not going to get blinded by this. What I generally do is I'm going to pull out a molly, and before I throw that flash, I'll just do a simple left click throw right here at the top of this metal wire here, and that is going to end up completely mollying out this entire position where they can't peek at all. There's nothing they can really do except sit behind this thing and try to get a different angle. It's a pretty good idea to have a teammate go for a check play and peek out here for information off the back of a flash. And I've crafted up a pretty good flash that's not going to blind your teammate at all, but it's going to roast all of these common positions out here, as you can see. It's even going to get someone all the way up here into this corner, and they don't have very much time to react at all. So if they're peeking this position, they are getting blinded. And it's very easy to throw. You're just going to go right here alongside this plank, and you're just going to do a simple left click throw, just barely to the right of the middle of this portion of the crane. Obviously this part moves, but the center does not, so you're going to aim right here, a little bit out to the right, and do a simple left click throw. And as you can see, that flash is going to pop on the other side of this plank, and it is not going to blind your teammates at all as they're peeking out here and taking these fights. And hey, speaking of check plays, if you want a teammate to peek out and see if anyone's inside the monster pipe, you can be in that exact same position and do a simple left and right click throw with a flash at this spot to completely roast any of the T's that are inside this pipe, and they're going to have almost no reaction time whatsoever to this flash. Now, if you're like a lot of people and very nervous about a potential peek from here, you could always just back up to where you're in cover and throw that exact same lineup. It's going to work all the same. So it's a super loose lineup. Basically, if you're in this region of ramp and can see this particular piece of the bridge and you do a left and right click throw on it, it's going to hit no problem at all. All right, if you want to flash yourself to go for this check play, you can go alongside our green friend here and do a nice simple left click throw in the middle of this cross. That's going to be a very nice self flash to peek on in here. And shout out to my friend Hemi for showing this off to me. He showed me a ton of really cool lineups, so I just wanted to show him a little bit of love. Feel free to check out his channel. His link's down in the description. Now, on the flip side of that, let's talk about T-side flashes if you're wanting to go through Monster. So to start off, if you get stuck into this corner right here and do a simple jump throw where this pipe intersects with the ground, that's going to fly through here, and it's going to end up landing on the front of the entrance here. So that's going to be a perfectly team-safe flash. It's going to catch all of these immediately dangerous positions as your teammates are moving out. Now, it's not going to blind anyone hugging the left side of this wall or deeper over here towards ramp. If you want to blind them, you're going to have to do a running throw. Generally, what I'll do is on my way up towards this position, I'm going to aim in between these two poles and just do a run, throw, and release. Now, that is going to be a much deeper flash, and it's going to blind this guy, and it's going to blind all of those other positions that we were talking about. But generally, it's not going to catch someone here on Toxic. If they're hugging a very tight angle like this, it is not going to blind them. So you kind of have to pick your poison, whichever flash you think works better for how your teammates like to play here. You're just going to have to make that decision yourself. And if you don't like doing a run throw, you can go towards the bottom of these steps. It's not that precise, and just do a left click alongside this shadow here. Anywhere alongside this position will be just fine. It's going to land on the right side. Again, that's fairly team safe as long as they're looking more towards the left once they go out. It's not going to blind this spot here, but if you're not too worried about that, it's going to get all these other positions quite well. So yeah guys, that completes my list of CS2 Overpass essential flashbangs. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment. I really appreciate hearing your guys' feedback. And before I go, I want to thank all of my amazing channel members on screen right now. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to do what I love every single day.